Hey folks, this is Susie Meadows, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Central Indiana. And I want to show you today a couple, actually just one card. I'm going to actually just make one card, but I'll show you a couple with this so cool paper pumpkin kit that just came here in April. If you have not seen paper pumpkin, it's a hoot. It's a crafty kit that comes to your mailbox once a month, and it's a bit of a surprise what it's going to be. And this month, it is geared towards kiddos, or those fun at heart at least. There is, in the box, it comes with instructions. And let me pull some of these other things out. I've been using this. So this time it came with several cards that could be folded and then it's got the rubber stamps. Nope, it's photopolymer stamps this time. I have some on a block, but these are the ones. You're so cool, way to go, happy birthday, hey there. And so that is a fun kit, and I'm just going to show you how to use, I always make several of the cards just exactly as they are, the projects, but I also challenge myself to come up with some alternatives. And these are the two alternatives. And the technique I'm going to show is how to, I don't know what you call it, well, you'll see I use alcohol and I spritz on the ink on a block and it sort of runs. So that's what I'm going to show you. So let's get some of these goodies out of the way. The first thing we need to do is I'm going to make this card here, a little bit of a different one of it. But to get started, first of all, we have to have some scrap paper. You can see I've been busy working here. And there's different ways that you can put, this is an E-block. It just needs to be something that's non-porous that you can put your ink on. Now, you know, in our paper pumpkins, we get these little spots. This month it was Bermuda Bay. Here's one I've had in the past. You can also use your Stampin' Right markers, or you can even use an ink pad to put some of this on. So I'll show you all different ways. How's that? Here's the ink pad, and I'll just put a little bit, maybe. Just put a little bit like that on. And then that with the big ink pad. Now here's our ink spot. I can just go like that and put some on. And here's some, I want this dark color in here. Now I'm going to use some markers. These are the Stampin' Right markers. And I'm just going to color on there a little bit. You can also use your ink refills if you want. But I'm going to use these markers this time. And the thing is with this, every time it's totally different. Sorry, that was my computer making some noise. Here, in fact, you can't hardly see I have that bumblebee. Let's try. Let's see if Mango Melody shows up a little bit better. It does. So we'll put some different variety of colors here. And I'm just being random and, yep. Now, this, I have just plain old rubbing alcohol. I put it in our little spritzer. Always make sure where the nozzle is. You can ask me how I know. And we just spray it on there. I like to let it sit for just a little bit, and then I like to actually get it running. And just by moving my block around, I get some variety. I get some things, some colors that are mixing. And, yep, I think I want a little bit more. There we go. And they'll blend and things like that, and that's okay. So now I also have it all over me, don't I? I just happen to have... Got to get a wipe here. Yep, because I don't want to get this everywhere. Now I'm going to get some shimmer white cardstock. I don't know if you can see this. See the shimmer in it? Isn't it pretty? But I'm just going to put it on here and press it down. And you can see how it's just coming through. Now I like using alcohol because it will dry quicker than others, because I have used water and it just takes forever to dry. Here's another piece, and I'm just going to put that on. And oh, I don't want to waste any of it, so we'll put some more on. And there's some more. And there's some more. So there we go. We have, get this out of the way, and I'll show you what we've got here. So that, now the thing is, before we do much, we've got to let it dry. And, but I just happen to have made some earlier. Here's some other earlier ones that I have done that are dry, because I wanted to be able to stamp on it. Because what I want to do is, I want to do this background, but I also want to stamp and cut out that popsicle. So here's some others, and so let's see which one we want to go with. Well, first of all, let's get the stamp. I've already put it on a block. Well, that won't fit. Well, it might. It just might. You know, we'll stamp a couple times and we'll see which we like. Okay, so we'll just ink this, and I'm using Memento ink on here, and piece of paper just in case I get a little rambunctious and the stamp is bigger than what I thought. So there we go. Now see, it went off a little bit, and that's okay, because, you know, we don't have to be exact. But I think I'm going to do one more time. And there we go. And it's probably off again. That's okay, because I can't put my head right over it. The camera sort of is in the way there. So let's close up our ink. It's dangerous for me to keep ink open. Okay, now let's find my other things. Okay, I have a thick white card base that's just half piece of cardstock cut in half and scored. And this is a panel which is 4 by, let me see, 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to make some sprinkles back here. So scoop my things over here. And out of this stamp set, there were some sprinkles. Now I can use my ink spot or a big ink pad. We'll go ahead and use the ink spot. And I'm just going to randomly stamp. Turn it so it isn't the same all the time. And I'm stamping with my left hand, which is not really the best. So we will just go like this. Bing. Let's turn it some more. I want it to go like that, and I'm turning my ink, my stamp rather, and put some here, and I need some over here, and here, and here, and here. Boom, boom. This is sort of relaxing. I think I'll put one here. There we go. So we'll get that out of the way. So we have our background. Okay, now put this card. This is what we're working towards. Okay, well, one of the things I'm going to fussy cut this popsicle. And since I didn't fully make it on the piece of paper, I'm going to go ahead and cut the black off. So that way you don't realize that I didn't really estimate correctly. So, but that's okay. But I will leave the popsicle stick. And so see, it doesn't take much time at all. I really like these paper pumpkin kits because it broadens my horizons. I work on projects that I normally wouldn't work on. And so it's just it challenges me, gets me out of my normal groove, I guess you could say. So that's going to be going there. And now I want a band, and I want it to say happy birthday. So we could go like that. And this is the happy birthday. And, or, you know, I sort of like the one we did earlier. I sort of like that. Yep, I do. I like that. That's the one I'm going to go with. Okay, now in the kits, like I said, they give you everything. And so here are these mini adhesive dots. I really like them. Some people say they drive them nuts. Well, if so, then you just use your adhesive of choice. I tend to use the liquid adhesive, but I'm just estimating where it's going to be because I'm going to cut this. But I sort of like these dots. So we'll do just a few more here. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. I like it. It's got 5 attachments. This one I'm using my pokey tool. That's what I'm calling it. Piercing tool, I believe, is the correct term. And then the other end has this putty, well, that I use. We'll just show you real quick. See, there's a spatula form. And here I have putty to pick up my rhinestones. But there's also another attachment that there's actually 2 other attachments. But anyway, okay, we're going to move on because, yes, normally I would have stamped this first because, see, we didn't do our happy birthday, but I got busy talking, and imagine that. And there we go. We're just going to put that on there. Yep, that's where I want it. I'm just going to turn it over here and cut. There we go. Okay, now we are going to put the happy birthday on. I wish I'd done it earlier, but so let's be praying and hold your mouth just right that I put this at the perfect spot. And yeah, you know, the camera's really in the way, but that's okay. I think we'll put it right here. Woohoo! It worked. Excellent. Love it, love it. Because, you know, that could be dangerous because if I goofed, then, you know, then I'd have to figure out how to do something, how to tweak it. But I can do that. Okay, now my adhesive choice is the liquid, the multi-purpose liquid glue. Some people call it the green cap glue. I like it because see how quick that is? But I could have used those adhesive dots very easily. But, okay, so here we go. Oh, and you know, I wanted to do something underneath here. I'm not thinking. Well, it is early in the morning for me, so this comes with the kit. This is some glimmer paper that comes with it. And I wanted to put that underneath there. I wonder if I could tuck. Ha! I can. Because you see, I didn't, you know, necessarily get that all lined up, but that's okay. So we're going to so I'm doing things a little backward to what I normally do. But, you know, that's the one thing fun about crafting is it's okay to sort of, you could say that I messed up, or you could say I have just created an opportunity to do something different. Do it in a different order than I would. And there we go. So we're going to just, you know, this is my limiting size. So we're going to come down here. Maybe. There we go. Doing some finagling here, but that's totally fine here. So there is a much easier way of doing this, but you know, I'm letting you see this is, you know, sometimes what you do when you don't think it through and you do things out of order. Ha! There you go. You never would have known that I goofed, would you? I don't know that I goofed, but, you know, I did it out of order. Now, also, they also give you in the kits, pardon me, these dimensionals. And I would like this to stick up, so I want to give it some elevation. Now, I want my popsicle stick to also be elevated. That's the word I want to use, stick up, you know, elevated. So what I'm going to do is just cut a piece off here. And it doesn't need to be very much. In fact, it needs to be pretty slender so it doesn't show. There we go. Okay. So we'll just get these off. There we go. Get that out of the way. A little bit more. A little bit more. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Bing, there you go. Finally made it, guys. Can you believe it? We made it. We made it. So now see on this one, I put some sprinkles, and I think I will also. When I find my stamp, here's my stamp. And let's ink it up a little bit. Boom. And I think we're going to go like that, because I'm going to do it a little different. And maybe, I'm going to stop because it's good. Yeah, it's good. So now, gang, okay, so this is an alternative. You see, it's a little bit different. And this is all about just using the inks that you have and using some alcohol. This, like I said, this is rubbing alcohol, and just spraying it, and you get all different designs. Because look how gorgeous that is. That's the one we did earlier. And it's dry now, so now I could stamp and punch and things, but that's okay. But I also wanted to show you, gang, with this kit, you can get a refill that has all the consumables. It doesn't have the stamp set, but you can get a refill of this. You have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, and the refill is only $10, and the item number is $15.70.92. If you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to help you out. You can contact me here, or here is a host code. Do you use a host code? I like sending goodies. And I wanted to show you just one other thing really quick here. If you're local to Central Indiana, I'm doing a class at the Lebanon Library, which is with the ice cream, sweet ice cream suite. And that is with the stamp set, and that is with the punch. And you have an option of getting the whole suite, which includes these really cool sprinkles. I don't know if I can get them. I'll get them open. There we go. Look at those pretty things. And the Blackberry Bliss ribbon. Or if you don't want to go with the whole kit and caboodle, you can just get the stamp and punch and half a piece of paper, this gorgeous paper, for $45. Or if you just want to come and use my supplies, you can get a class packet for $20. Or if you purchase $25 of anything, you get the class free. And those of you that aren't around here, I also do the PDF document and a video for $15. So, one of the things, these, I also use the ink, and I punched out for the ice cream cone. So I use that, let that ink fade like that. So gang, this was the project for today, this alternative. And this one, I did the same thing. I just used other colors. This is the rainbow from the kit. I just cut it in half, cut the white off, and made it nice like that. And then this is fussy cut from the designer series paper of the class I'm going to be having. And here's those sprinkles I had talked about. And this is the big happy birthday stamp that's in that. So, gang, if you've got any questions, holler. Otherwise, hope you'd enjoy this video and enjoyed me being a little nutty today of getting off out of routine and doing things backwards. But that way you get to see what do you do when you do a little goof, then you just got to go with it. So, hey, thanks so much, gang. We'll put this right here. Appreciate you being here. You take care. Bye-bye.